Hi there, I'm Jeff Hastings and welcome once again to SLJ.com. Are you aware that there's a whole new class of laptop on the market? Well, there is. They're called Ultrabooks, and this is one of them. This is an offering from Lenovo. It's their Ultrabook, the U300s. Now, there are a few models of the U300s available, and pricing's a little bit tricky to pin down, so I checked the marketplace today, December 2011, and I saw price ranges from low-end models going for about $1025 to the high-end model, which this one happens to be currently on the marketplace for about $1495. So that's your basic price range at present. I wouldn't be surprised though if the pricing dropped somewhat. Ultrabooks, what are they? Well, Ultrabook is actually a trademark of Intel. Intel has put forth a basic blueprint for machines that will employ their second generation mobile processors, and they should all share certain characteristics. I have a cheat sheet because I want to hit them all. Here are some of the main things that an Ultrabook should be according to Intel. They should be sleek, and the U300s is indeed sleek. Look how thin that display is. If I close the display, you'd see that the overall thickness is only 0.6 inches, so a slim machine indeed. I think a very attractive one too. They should be lightweight. This is only 2.9 pounds. They should run cool, and this really does. It's this one-piece aluminum body, very cool to the touch though, and one of the reasons for that is, if you see this keyboard, it has chiclet keys, but they're actually breathable. So they have little ports in them, and they're sucking in air. The exhaust is over here. There's a barely audible fan. The net result is they run very cool, and no, the heat doesn't come up through the keys. At least I haven't noticed that it does. Low power consumption. This gets about 8 hours of use per charge, which is pretty good. 30 hours per charge if it goes into sleep mode. Quick startup, anywhere between 10 and 20 seconds I found from boot for this machine. I like that a lot. No mechanical drives. They've shunned the optical drives completely. You won't find a DVD or CD drive. If you need one, you can get an outboard accessory that matches this machine. But no mechanical drives at all, including the hard drive. This one has an SSD drive, 256 gigabytes in this case for the top model. Mainstream performance. A lot of people, I think, purchased netbooks over the last few years and then found that they were just a little too sluggish for what they needed to do. Not the case here. Although the machine is lightweight, this one uses an i7 Intel mobile processor. That's a dual core 4-thread processor. It's very capable. Nominal speed of 1.8 gigahertz. Let's take a closer look at some of the features of the Lenovo U300s. Let's start with this display. This is a 13.3-inch diagonal measure display. Wafer thin, as I showed you before, but it's rigid too. It doesn't flex, which I like. And it's a 1366 by 768 pixel display. Not the best in its class, a standard which is still really set by the MacBook Air, but it's very typical for Ultrabooks currently on the market today. Sound quality was a big surprise in this unit. There are stereo speakers. I couldn't figure out where they were located. It turns out I think they're mounted in the breech between the display and the chassis of the machine. The thing is, I told you before about these breathable keys that have little ports to let air in them. The sound seems to emanate from the whole keyboard, and it's very pleasing. Very good sound on the unit. You probably can't see this, but there's a 1.3 megapixel webcam on the top bezel and a microphone as well. When you have a machine that's designed to be so sleek, you have to make some sacrifices. So what don't you find? Well, you won't find an Ethernet port anywhere on this device. Also, you don't find an SD card slot on the device, so there's really no removable storage, which is kind of disappointing. What you do find is a USB 2.0 port on the left-hand side, and then on the right-hand side you have your standard 3.5 millimeter headphone jack and a USB 3.0 port right there, USB 3.0, giving you faster transfer speeds and uses less power than USB 2.0, although it is backwards compatible. You also, for big screen viewing, have a full-size HDMI output. Check out the bottom of the device. You want it to be clean and sleek and slick, and it is, but there are no access doors, which means no user serviceable battery on the device, first of all, and you have no opportunity to expand the installed 4 gigabytes of RAM. The U300s Ultrabook from Lenovo, slim, lightweight, yet very, very capable. I think Ultrabooks are going to be a really exciting class of machines to watch in 2012. Intel is hoping that Ultrabooks capture about 40% of the laptop market by the end of the upcoming year. We'll see about that. My name's Jeff Hastings for SLJ.com. Thanks for visiting, and I hope to see you right back here next month.